The air hung heavy with the scent of ancient incense and damp earth. Kenwin's lungs filled with the musty aroma, a stark contrast to the vibrant energy thrumming beneath his skin. He awoke not to the gentle caress of dawn, but to a searing intensity, a fire blooming from within, igniting his very being. His vision swam in a kaleidoscope of emerald and sapphire, then snapped into focus, revealing the stark reality of his surroundings. A circular chamber, carved from obsidian-like stone, its walls slick with condensation. The only light source emanated from an ethereal glow emanating from the center of the chamber, casting long, dancing shadows that writhed like sentient things. His breath hitched. His eyes, usually a deep, captivating brown, blazed with an unfamiliar, fiery red. They burned with an inner light, reflecting the unearthly glow around him. The transformation wasn't just ocular. He felt a surge of power, a raw, untamed energy that coursed through him, threatening to overwhelm his senses. It was exhilarating, terrifying, and utterly intoxicating. He felt different, more. He looked down, his gaze falling upon his arm. There, etched into his skin with startling clarity, was a dragonfly. Not just any dragonfly. This one pulsed with the same ethereal light as the glow in the center of the room, its gossamer wings shimmering with untold power. The detail was breathtaking. Each delicate vein, each minuscule facet of its multifaceted eyes was rendered with perfect precision. It was a dragonfly spirit totem, a mark he had only read about in ancient scrolls, a symbol of his lineage, of his destiny as an Orisha god, a protector of realms beyond comprehension. A low hum resonated from his hand, drawing his attention to a crystal clutched within his fingers. It wasn't just any crystal. This was the Quantum Quattro, a device forged from ancestral crystal, passed down through generations of his family. Its surface pulsed with a soft, inner light, mirroring the dragonfly on his arm. The crystal resonated with the same energy that thrummed within him, a tangible link to his burgeoning power. He felt an instinctive connection to it, a silent understanding that passed beyond the realm of words. This was the key, the instrument through which he would wield his newfound abilities. Whispers, "Bersham!" barely audible at first, then growing into a chorus of murmuring voices, filled the chamber. They spoke of prophecies, of looming threats, of a destiny he was yet to understand. The voices spoke of demons from other dimensions, of battles yet to be fought, of a war that threatened to consume all of existence. The weight of these whispers pressed down on him, a burden that threatened to crush him beneath its immensity. He was not merely a young Orisha god. He was the key, the linchpin, in a cosmic struggle for survival. The prophecies spoke of a great power, a force capable of bending space and time itself. This power was contained within the Quantum Quattro, a tool as intricate and complex as the universe it sought to manipulate. He instinctively knew its power, understood its capacity for both creation and destruction. He closed his eyes, focusing on the crystal. He felt a surge of energy, a connection so profound it transcended the physical. He opened his hand, the crystal glowing, brighter. He focused his intent, willing the power within to respond. The air around him shimmered, distorting reality itself. A low hum vibrated through the chamber, growing in intensity until it felt as though the very stone walls were singing. He felt a pull, a sensation of being stretched, of his very essence being unraveled and rewoven. It was an unsettling experience, yet also strangely invigorating. He felt the boundaries of his own physical form dissolving, then reforming, stronger and more vibrant than before. He cautiously extended a finger, aiming it towards a crack in the obsidian wall. He focused his will, channeling the energy from the Quantum Quattro. The crack expanded, revealing a glimpse of a terrifying landscape beyond. A nightmarish world of jagged peaks and swirling nebulae, populated by grotesque creatures that defied earthly comprehension. He saw a glimpse of beings that burned with malevolent energy, their eyes filled with a hatred that chilled him to the bone. The sight was horrifying, a stark reminder of the immense threat that awaited him. He flinched, the vision fading as abruptly as it had appeared. His mentor arrived. They were not a boisterous individual, nor a fiery spirit like the energy Kenwin had unleashed, but instead, a stoic, ancient Orisha, their features etched with the wisdom of centuries. Their gaze was piercing, their presence commanding. Yet there was also a quiet kindness that soothed his burgeoning anxieties. The mentor was a teacher who understood the inherent dangers of unchecked power and the fragility of balance. The Quantum Quattro is a tool of immense power, Kenwin, the mentor began, their voice echoing softly in the chamber. It can bend space, warp time, and unleash energies beyond human comprehension. But it is a double-edged sword. Its power is matched only by its potential for destruction. Control, not power, is your goal. Kenwin nodded, his heart pounding in his chest. He knew instinctively that the mentor was right. The vision he had glimpsed had shaken him to his core, reminding him of the price of unchecked power, the terrible responsibility that rested upon his shoulders. The mentor's words were the first step into a long and challenging journey toward the mastery of his abilities. The path to becoming a true Orisha god would be difficult. He would need to learn to control not only his powers, but also his emotions, his doubts, his insecurities. His training would test his strength, his endurance, and most importantly, his soul. The coming battles would prove whether he was worthy of the Dragonfly's mark, worthy of his destiny. The path to his destiny began here, in this hidden temple, shrouded in mist and echoing with ancient prophecies. The weight of a world rested on his young shoulders, and the journey had only just begun.